So there's actually a lot of good stuff going on there. We'll have a look at some postural stuff to start with. Probably like that to be a little bit straighter, but if it's not, doesn't get any better or worse than that, we're okay. Just means that you're probably not going to effectively rotate as well as what you probably could. But at this stage, we'll give you a couple of drills to help you with that. So essentially, the biggest thing about the golf swing rotor is stability. Okay, so if that melon stays there, you won't change the contact point with the ground. All right, it's going to be very difficult to change the contact point with the ground. So when we start to see you move back, you'll start to see you move up and back at the same time. And then, of course, you've got to get back down there. Now, sometimes you do and sometimes you don't. So in other words, we're going to stop that from happening. Okay. And part of that will be this side with the posture. And as you start to work this back, you can see how it just moves up a little. And we'll then start to talk about the path of the golf club and where it works and how it works and things like that. So in other words, as you start to take it back, it's quite vertical at the moment. We're going to ask that to go around a little bit more. But then on the way down, you notice it changed. And it moved its path. And that's why sometimes you can produce a really good shot and sometimes you don't. Okay. So we're going to ask you from that part there, that shaft will end up coming in around there. So a lot flatter and more rounded golf swing. What that then does is give you a little bit more speed and the ability to start it right at target and draw it back onto your target. Okay. Now, that will all come, believe it or not, from the posture at address. Okay. So when you're moving up and down like that, we'll then start to talk about leverage. So ideally, we'd like to see that pretty straight all the way through. But when it's moving up and down, it's going to stop rotating. Your body stops rotating. So therefore, the golf club doesn't have brakes on it, and it'll keep on going. And you're trying to get out of the way yourself all the time. That's why with the irons, you'll get out of the, you'll be okay. But with the longer stuff, it'll be interesting. Yeah.
I've noticed, like just this morning when I hit a couple of balls, my back's like I'd swing back, and then when I go to hit it, it just like completely missed the ball.
So, and that's part of this stuff here. When you start pulling your arms in like that, I'll just take those. When you start pulling your arms in like that, so at address, if we take it back to the start, you notice the distance between your forearms, and as you come to impact, that distance will increase. So now it's there. So that pulls the golf club away from the golf ball. And when it gets to a longer golf club and puts a lot more load on your body, it'll get worse. Okay. So we're going to start with really, really tiny pitch shots. Okay. We're going to start with some postural stuff here. And that might include the physical stuff in your workbook there to start off with, and just give you an indication of what you should be looking for. Okay. Does that make sense?
Yeah.